Good evening and welcome to the Phil Stock World Daily Wrap-Up Show. I am Royston Bond III. With me, as always, is the lovely Miss Moneypenny.
Hi, hello America. So good to see you all this evening. Did we have a nice day in the markets?
Yes, it was quite fun.
In the morning alert, Phil chose the IWM $78 calls at $1.60. Those calls ran up to $1.85. A lovely 25-cent gain. Oh yes, that is 15% in a day.
Twice.
Twice?
Yes, the Russell came back down later in the day, hit our target and gave us a re-entry.
Oh, I love re-entries.
No, Moneypenny. I said re-entry.
I like those too. What moved the markets today?
It was Mr. Bernanke, the chairman of the Federal Reserve.
What did he say?
It was the usual nonsense. More free money. A chicken in every pot. Basically, whatever the people wanted to hear. That man-whore said it.
Man-whore? Where?
I am talking about Mr. Bernanke.
Oh, not my type. Always seems like he's about to cry.
Yes, quite.
Standard & Poor's says it has no plans to downgrade the US credit rating, but it believes credit risk may increase in the long term. Moody's had warned last week of a potential US downgrade.
Yes, quite. Although Farm Boy said that the productivity gains came from the capital equipment that was purchased in the third quarter.
That puts a very different color on things. What about Jean-Claude Trichet? I understand he spoke as well.
Yes. Sadly, Mr. Trichet has also turned into a step-fed banker. Just another mouthpiece for the global elite.
How so?
He has suddenly turned dovish. Mr. Trichet said that Europe's shaky economic recovery makes the near-term rise in Eurozone interest rates unlikely, despite mounting worries about inflation.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. He said inflation risks are broadly balanced. By saying inflation risks are still balanced, Mr. Trichet suggests he is willing to stomach commodity-driven price increases for a time.
Oh no.
What counts is not immediate inflation, but inflation over the medium term, Mr. Trichet said.
Stop it. You are killing me.
That is what he said.
My goodness. How can a person stay sane? Listening to this nonsense?
That is nothing compared to what Mr. Bernanke said. Phil will be addressing that issue later this evening.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Were there any new trade ideas today?
Of course. It is a rare day without one. They followed the nasty little trade bot on the IWM trade, as I mentioned. Phil had a USO trade idea at noon. March puts, I believe.
Then he added a rather aggressive play with duck calls. That's a little bit scary with all the rioting in Egypt.
Yes, but Phil explained his logic, based on the NYMEX contract strip and rollover schedule. Rather brilliant stuff, I thought.
Oh yes, he is clever.
Quite. A bullish play was also taken on Merck. Chipotle Mexican Grill was the object of a short spread ahead of the earnings report. Microflux had an idea to play H&R Block, which gave Phil an idea for two long-term trades.
That is just great.
Quite.
What about GLL? I understand they bet gold would go down.
Yes, it had a big run this morning and Phil thought it was overdone.
I love gold.
Why am I not surprised?
What was that last trade? DIA puts again?
It was a double down on the existing position in the $25,000 portfolio. For more 119.75 puts at 92 cents.
Oh, that was cheap.
Quite.
Do you know who else is cheap?
Moneypenny, please.
Not me. You can't afford me. I was referring to that man-whore, Bernanke.
He may be a cheap man-whore, but he is costing the US taxpayers trillions of dollars.
Quite.